Hey, so I'm going to be reviewing 3 Rilakkuma cases for the iPhone 4. So I want to start with the only hard case that I have here, which is this one that comes in 2 pieces. And so it slides on either top or bottom first. And it actually uses the pressure that the iPhone puts on the 2 pieces to keep it together so it snaps. And it actually takes a little bit of, well, usually pulling to get it off. If you get it in there too good. So here it is in all its glory. The Rilakkuma iPhone 4 hard case shaped like Rilakkuma. Very much so. So, pros. It's really cute. And that's about it for this case. I mean, well, it's hard, and it'll probably protect from, like, back spills, I guess. This is the front of the phone. The back of the phone's here. So, back spills and side and corner. But if it falls, like, forward at all, your screen's not protected. There's absolutely nothing going around the screen to sort of like shield it at all from whatever, the ground or the table. You have access to this lock button on top and your volume buttons here, but you notice you don't have access to your mute button here. So in order to mute it or to take it off mute, you have to pull the head off and do that. And then put it back on. The bottom part here, where you would put your charger, is too small and does not fit. The charger won't go in. It'll kind of stick the tip in, but it won't go all the way in enough to actually charge your phone. And even though I know the charger that I had looks kind of old, the new ones are still the same width, so they won't fit. Another thing about this is that the camera is just a little bit obstructed. So when you take a picture with the camera, you can kind of see that in this corner down here, there's a little bit of obstruction by the phone. And when you take a picture with flash, the flash is all orangey because it's way inside of the phone. So this is a really thick case, so it'll probably be really good for protecting, like I said, back spills or side spills or corner spills, but not any like front stuff. It'll just goodbye to your screen probably. But I really like this case just because of the ridiculousness of it all, because it's so cute. It's just like, it's also really big. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be based on the pictures. So as you can see, kind of like compared to my head, and then compared to like the normal iPhone size, it's a pretty large, bulky case. So probably not very good for keeping in your pocket, especially if you have small pockets. And I don't know if this is just me or something. My case didn't come this way, but after about a day of use, it had these little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of like dark spots there that I don't know where that came from. That might have gotten on there when I was at work and I got some spots on there, or I don't know what it is, but it won't come off. But that just might be me because I'm really sloppy. So yeah, this is a really inconvenient case, but it's really cute. So if you're going somewhere and you want to take pictures, bring like a digital camera, and and if you're going someplace, you're gonna have to really think about whether you want it on silent or not, because you're going to have a hard time changing that. And you're probably going to want to charge it before you put it on, because that's going to be a big inconvenience too. But otherwise, it's kind of funny. It draws a lot of attention. Like, when you're out, people are going to look at you like, what is that? Especially if you're like, I'm talking on a plastic bear. It's kind of cute. I think it's silly. Like, this is something I would have loved when I was 10, and I love it now, despite its inconveniences. So I probably will only use it, like, you know, going out with friends, and I'm going to bring my camera with me. I'm probably going to have it on vibrate so I don't get bothered too much. Moving on, we have this TPU Flexi case. So, as you can see, it's shiny. And TPU is kind of like a cousin of silicone. I don't know too much about it, but they're very similar in their makeup and composition. So it's a little stiffer. It's not as squishy and soft. So it is shiny, and it has that sort of sleek and slick texture to it. So it might be a little bit slipperier when you are holding it, so it might be easier to drop it, especially if you have sweaty hands. But it goes in really easy. Just kind of stick it in there and it goes on. And now you have this cute phone with bear ears, and I really like the ears, and they seem to be on there pretty good. I mean, you probably don't want to pull them too much by the ears, but I mean, they seem pretty durable. This is a definite step up as far as convenience from the last one, because you actually have access, as you can see, to your charger and your mute button. And your camera is not obstructed. So if you want to take a picture, it's all good. You can see everything. There's no weird, like, orange thing in the way. So those are the good things. And, oh, it has a little bit of front screen protection here. So, the not as great things, I'll call them. It's really stiff. So, since it's a little stiffer, it doesn't stretch as much. So, it's going to fit really, really snugly on your phone, which I guess is a good thing. But at the same time, it fits so snugly that, like, the first couple times I put it on, it actually held down this lock button so hard that it prompted the shut off screen. So that's not a big problem, but is kind of irritating to not be able to feel when you're actually pressing down on the buttons. It is a little bit, you don't get that really clicky feeling with the buttons as much. But it just takes a little getting used to. It's not that bad. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, since it's got this like sleek and smooth, shiny texture to it, if you have kind of sweaty hands, or just in general are kind of clumsy, you're probably more apt to drop it because it's so slippery. But it's not like, you know, banana peel wet soap slippery. It's just a little bit more slippery than the other because it doesn't really have a texture at all. But otherwise, I think it's great. I feel like this would be a really great pocket phone for most pocket sizes, just because, like, it's very sleek. Probably wouldn't pick up a lot of lint because it doesn't have the texture on it. And the ears would stick out of your pocket. I think it would be really cute. So, moving on.